Can a woman be a preacher? Does the Bible forbid that? Well, we'll find out in today's episode of Let Me Explain This. In 1 Corinthians 14:34, it says, "Let your women keep quiet in the church. If they have any question, they should ask their husbands at home." What did Paul really mean by his statement? But we'll come to that later. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy 2 verse 12. Paul said, "I suffer not a woman to teach the man." He didn't say, "I suffer not a woman to teach men." He said, "the man." Emphasis on the. Who was he referring to? Who is the man? The man does not mean the male population. Rather, it was referring to the husband, a married man. The Bible says, "The head of every man is Christ, but the head of the woman is the man." Paul was saying, I don't want a woman to usurp authority over the man. Chances were, cases of insubordination were becoming a common sin at that time. That statement, "I suffer not a woman to teach the man," was in relation to Paul trying to curb it. Also, the Greek word for woman in this verse is gune, and this means wife. So it will read, "I suffer not a wife to teach her husband." Phew. I hope it's clear now. Back to 1 Corinthians 14:34. "Let your women keep quiet in the church. If they have any question, they should ask their husbands at home." What about the women that weren't married? This means it was referring to the married women. Some say the women were commanded to be quiet under law. Where was that decreed? There was nowhere under the law it was decreed that God is against female preachers. For us, the Bible says there is neither male nor female. In fact, there were female prophets in the Old Testament. Women like Anna, Deborah, Miriam, and so on. And they didn't minister to themselves alone. The Bible also spoke about the daughters of Philip who prophesied. We can see that in Acts 21, 9 and 10. In verse 9, it says, "And the next day we that were of Paul's company departed, and came unto Caesarea, and we entered into the house of Philip the evangelist, which was one of the 7, and abode with him. And the same man had 4 daughters, virgins, which did prophesy." Philip had 4 daughters that prophesied. Where does prophecy take place the most? In the church. Another instance was when Aquila and Priscilla, a woman now, preached to Apollos, who was a Jew. Acts 18:24-26. Verse 24 says, "And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man and mighty in the scriptures, came to Ephesus." 25. "This man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the spirit, he spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. And he began to speak boldly in the synagogue, whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of God more perfectly." With God, gender is not an excuse. If you're a lady, go ahead and be a mighty vessel in the hand of God. Thank you for watching. We hope this blessed you. Please don't forget to subscribe and share with others at Let Me Explain This. We post videos every Friday. Also, kindly visit our website on www.letmeexplainthis.com for more Christian videos and articles.